Welcome back to my channel. Today I have this really fun and unique crochet flower granny square tutorial for you guys. These are really beginner friendly and fun to make with just a little bit of yarn. And you can see what's unique about these is that they're 3D, so they kind of pop out and they're not like a flat granny square like what you see most out there. So grab your crochet hook and some yarn and maybe a coffee, and let's dive in. Okay, so I have had so many requests on a short that I posted, kind of this 3D crochet flower. You guys really wanted to know how to make this, so that is exactly what I'm going to be showing you how to do today. So you can see the variety in colors that you'll need. For the middle, I did use this yellow color. You can get creative here, use whatever colors you want, any type of yarn that you want. Cotton is really good. It kind of depends what you're trying to make here. I don't recommend doing this as a coaster just because it obviously sticks up. Your drink is not going to lay flat on there. So as far as colors that you're going to need, I believe this one is just from Hobby Lobby. It's a cotton yarn. It's just yellow for that center. You could do orange, whatever you want to do. You could do white. And then for this outer, kind of the petal color, I used this also from Hobby Lobby. You might recognize it. It's kind of like a pink multicolor, but I think I'm going to switch it up for this one and just use one of these pinks. I don't use pink very often in projects, so I'd like to maybe use up one of these two. And then for the green leaves, I kind of went with this multicolor green. I believe this is Red Heart acrylic. It's the only acrylic that I'm using in this. Everything else is cotton. But this one I've had for a really long time in my stash and I really want to use it up. And I felt like this project was perfect for that. The last color you'll need if you want to make it into a granny square is some kind of base color for the square itself. This is kind of like an off-white cream base that I decided to use for this outer edge. Okay, for the sake of variety, I think I'm going to go with this lighter pink and this yellow for the flower. Okay, so I started making this and then I accidentally started with this pink color for the center. So we're going to start over and use the yellow because that's what I want in the center. So whatever color you want in your center, that's what you're going to start with. So we're going to do a magic circle. There's lots of different ways to do this. That's just kind of how I get mine started out. It is tricky. If this bothers you, you can always chain 4 or 6 and then slip stitch back to the beginning to create your ring. But I just like this because it's easier to pull the gap closed when you're done. So we're going to pull up a loop and we're going to place 16 single crochets in the center of the ring. And I'm kind of working that tail in as I go, and then pulling it as I go as well. Okay, so I have 16 single crochets. It is starting to bunch up a little bit. That's okay, that's supposed to happen. We're gonna kind of pull this tail end to tighten that gap. That's why I like using the magic circle method. And before I finish off this color, I'm gonna slip stitch into that first single crochet that we did. I'm gonna pull this up and grab my scissors and finish off that color. I like to pull this through the loop to tie it off. And this back piece here, I'm gonna pull this along throughout the project as we go, just in case it loosens up, especially this next round here. So I'm not going to get rid of this just yet, but this is what it looks like for the center of the flower. Okay, moving on to our petal color. So I'm using this light pink, or in other words, this pink color here. We're going to create some petals. So I'm going to attach this pretty much anywhere. Any of these single crochets will do. And to attach my yarn, I just pull through and tie it off. It's a really good method for beginners as well. So we're gonna go back in there and pull up a loop. And from here, we're gonna chain 4. And that's gonna get us to the height of a treble crochet, whereas a double crochet would be 2 or 3, depending on who you ask. Usually it's 3. So for these petal clusters, we're gonna be putting 5 treble crochets and then connecting the beginning with the end. So I'll kind of show you what that looks like. So just to start us off, we chained, but normally you're not gonna do this moving forward. This is just to start it off. So a treble crochet is yarning over twice before you go into the stitch. And now we have 4 loops on the hook. We're gonna yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then the last 2. And now we have 2 trebles right next to each other. We're gonna do that same thing again. 4 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then 2 again. And then we have 3. So we need 5. So we're gonna do 2 more, because that chain 4 counts as 1. There's 5. So here I'm going to pull up a little bit so I can take my hook out. I'm going to insert my hook into the beginning. It might be a little tight because they were chains. So we're going to find the top loop. Let's see. We're going to find the top loop. It's okay if it's not exact. And we're also going to put the hook through this loop. So you're connecting the first with the last. And then we're just going to pull that, like slip stitch it right through there. And it's kind of going to pull up this bubble of a petal, and that's kind of what we want. And in the back, it kind of looks like a bowl, like you could stick your finger through there. So that's the look that we're going for. To go from petal to petal, we're going to chain 3. And on the yellow here, we're going to skip 1 stitch and then work 5 trebles into the next stitch. So I'm skipping 1 and I'm going into the next. And this time we did not have to chain 4 because we're already working. So we'll just do this 5 times. And then here we're going to do the same thing. Pull up a loop, find the first one, the top of the first, and then go through this loop as well. And then we're just going to pull that first loop through that one. And you have that chain 3 in the middle just kind of hanging out, but it's hiding behind. So same thing, we're going to chain 3. We're going to skip 1 stitch and do 5 in the next, and we're going to repeat that all the way around until we get to the end. Okay, here I'm at my last petal. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need 8 of them. So I just chained 3. I'm going to do my last petal here. So I have 3 stitches left. I'm going to go right in that middle one. And working 5 treble crochets. This is probably the most tedious, trickiest round, only because of how tight it kind of feels when you're working on it, but it gets better after that. And it's the coolest part because it's the flower. So there's 5. I'm gonna pull out, go into the first and connect it with the last. Now to connect these, I'm going to chain 3 like I normally would going into the next petal. And I'm going to slip stitch kind of in the back side over here. It doesn't exactly matter where, as long as you're connecting it to that back side. And we're done with this flower color, so I'm gonna pull up on that and finish off. And we're gonna move on to the leaves. Okay, so I have my green color here, and we need to attach it to any of these chain 3 gaps that we created. So this is what it looks like on the back side. Like I said, I kept this one because I like to pull that tighter as I go. So far it's been pretty tight. But we do kind of have this circle on the back side and then the flower on the front. So any of these chain 3 gaps, I'm going to use the one where this is coming out of because I'm going to work it in. So I'm going to hold that there with my finger and attach the green by tying it on. So now I kind of have these two hanging on right there, and I'm going to work those in. So because we're starting this off, we do have to chain to get to a height of a double crochet. So this round we're going to do double crochets and not trebles. So it's a little bit easier. The only difference is we're not going to finish the double crochets. So I'll explain what I mean. So here's one. We're going to act as if we're doing a double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook, and pull through. We have 3 loops on our hook, but we're only going to yarn over and pull through 2. Normally we would do that one more time, but we're not going to do that. We're going to create a leaf with 3 unfinished doubles. So you can see because we chained 3 at first and that counts, we have 3 loops on our hook. We're going to pull or yarn over and pull through those 3 loops, and that's 1 leaf. In the same gap, we're going to chain 2 and do the same leaf cluster, but we don't have to chain 3 this time because we're already working. So I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook, pull through. I have 3 loops on my hook, yarn over and only pull through 2. So we're kind of doing a half, like not a half double crochet, but working half of a double crochet. And do that 2 more times. And you'll notice now we have 4 loops on the hook, whereas last time we had 3. And yarn over and pull through all 4. So we have 2 leaves that are divided by 2 chains. So after this, we're going to chain 3 to get to this next gap, but we're only going to work 1 single crochet. And then chain 3 again to get out of there. And then we're going to work another cluster. So we're basically alternating. We're going to do 1 leaf cluster, 1 single crochet, cluster, single crochet. And we're going to work that around. So this one, we're going to do a leaf. So we're going to do 3 double crochets that are unfinished. There's 4 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 4. We're going to chain 2 and do the same thing. And I love how that color kind of changes. I feel like it's pretty realistic. There's 4 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 4. And we're going into the next gap, so we're going to chain 3 and do 1 single crochet, and then chain 3 to get back out of there. So we're going to alternate that pattern all the way around, and I'll meet you back here when we're done. Okay, so here we are back toward the beginning. I just placed my last single crochet in that gap with a chain 3. And all I have to do now is connect it over here. So I'm going to find the top of that first chain 3 that we did to get the double crochet going. And I'm going to slip stitch that together. So it kind of looks like a little lily pad almost. So you could stop there if you wanted. Get creative, do whatever you need. But you can kind of see on the back side here, we have 4, because because we're going to make this into a granny square. So there has to be corners, it has to be even numbers. So we started with 16 in the middle, then we had 8 petals, and now we have 4 corners. So I'm going to finish off this green color. So the last thing we need to do here is to create the granny square itself, and this is pretty simple. If you have made one before, it will be very familiar. It's not really learning anything new, but we're going to attach the base granny square color in a chain 2 gap, so in between the leaves themselves, not the single crochets. So in this chain 2 gap, I connected my cream color. I'm going to go in, and this is a corner. So like you would a regular granny square, we're going to get up to our height of a double crochet, and we're going to place 2 double crochets next to that. We're going to chain 2 for that corner, and in that same gap place another 3 double crochets. And I'm not going to chain anything after this to get to the next gap, which would be the chain 3 space. I'm just going to go right in there and place 3 double crochets. So it's kind of like a solid granny square, where instead of chaining a certain amount to jump from gap to gap, you're just continuing along the stitches. And then you're just going to go right into this next gap with 3 double crochets. And now we've reached another corner with the chain 2 space. So we're going to do 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then place another 3 double crochets in there, so it will be another corner. And we're going to do that all the way around. It's pretty simple this round, and it kind of brings everything together. Okay, so I made it back here toward the beginning, my last 3 double crochets. Because we don't chain anything in between unless you want to, all we have to do is just find that top there so that we can slip stitch and connect it. And then we're done. You can add more rounds if you want to. You could start to connect them. I'm actually really, I like the color variation between the different flowers. You could do purple, you could do blue and orange, you could do a sunflower, whatever it is that you like to do. You could even do another border where you go around with slip stitches or single crochets. It's up to you. And that is it for this tutorial. Thank you for watching. Feel free to comment with your questions below and I will try to respond to those. I hope this was easy to follow. Remember to subscribe if you want to see more content, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!